Hello friends. Welcome to Royal Coin Value. Today, we are going to talk about a coin that marked one of the biggest changes in American coinage history, the 1965 Washington quarter dollar. This coin may look ordinary to some people, but the truth is, it carries a story of economic change, rare mistakes, and hidden treasures that collectors still dream of finding. So, sit back and listen carefully, because by the end of this video, you might start checking every single quarter you come across. Let's begin with the history. Before 1965, quarters in the United States were made of 90% silver and 10% copper. This silver content gave the coins a special shine and value beyond their face value. But in the early 1960s, something happened that completely changed the future of coins. Silver prices began to rise rapidly, and people started hoarding silver coins, melting them down for profit. This created a shortage of coins in circulation. The U.S. Mint realized that if they continued making coins from silver, they would run out of the metal and the cost of producing coins would become higher than the coin's actual face value. In 1965, the U.S. government took a big step. They decided to remove silver from quarters completely. Instead, they introduced a copper and nickel clad composition, basically, a pure copper core sandwich between two layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This made the coins cheaper to produce and solved the silver shortage problem. But it also meant the end of an era for silver coinage. The design of the 1965 quarter stayed the same as before. On the front, or obverse side, we see a portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan back in 1932. Washington's profile faces left, with the word liberty above his head, the motto "In God We Trust" to the left, and the date 1965 at the bottom. On the back, or reverse side, there's the American bald eagle, wings spread wide, perched on a bundle of arrows, a sign of strength and readiness to defend. Below the arrows are olive branches, symbolizing peace. The words United States of America are curved along the top, and the phrase "e pluribus unum," meaning out of many, one, is placed just above the eagle's head. The denomination, quarter dollar, is at the bottom. One interesting thing to note is that 1,965 quarters do not have a mint mark. That's because the mint wanted to discourage people from hoarding coins from certain locations. All 1965 quarters were produced without a mint mark, even though they were made at different facilities, mainly Philadelphia and Denver. This policy continued for a couple of years until 1968, when mint marks returned. Now, you might be wondering, if 1965 quarters were all copper-nickel, how could there be anything special about them? Well, here's where the story gets exciting. During the transition from silver to clad coins, some planchets, the blank metal discs used to make coins, from 1964 accidentally got mixed in with the new 1965 production. That means there are a few 1965 quarters out there that are actually struck in 90% silver. These are extremely rare and valuable. The easiest way to tell is by weighing the coin. A normal 1965 clad quarter weighs about 5.67 grams, but a silver one will weigh around 6.25 grams. Collectors are willing to pay hundreds, even thousands, of dollars for a genuine 1965 silver quarter in good condition. Aside from the silver variety, there are several era coins from 1965 that are worth a lot of money. One of the most famous is the doubled die era, where the design elements appear doubled because of a misalignment during the minting process. On some coins, you can see this doubling clearly on the lettering or numbers. Another type is the off-center strike, where the coin's design is not perfectly centered. The more off-center it is, the rarer and more valuable it becomes. There are also broad strike errors, where the coin is struck without the collar that normally shapes its edges, making it larger than normal. Collectors also look for coins with missing clad layers. This happens when one of the nickel layers doesn't bond properly to the copper core, resulting in a coin with a pure copper surface on one or both sides. Such errors are visually striking and can sell for a good price. The value of a regular 1965 quarter in circulated condition is usually just its face value, 25 cents, because billions were made. However, if you find one in uncirculated or mint state condition, the value can be a few dollars. High-grade coins, especially those graded MS-65 or higher by professional grading services, can fetch $20, $50, or more depending on the demand. But if you find a silver planchette error or a major doubling, you could be looking at hundreds or even thousands of dollars in profit. Now, let's talk about how to identify and protect valuable coins. First, always check the weight. Use a precise digital scale. Second, examine the coin under good lighting and possibly with a magnifying glass to spot any doubling or unusual features. Third, if you believe you have a rare coin, avoid cleaning it. Cleaning can reduce its value dramatically. Instead, store it in a protective holder or capsule to prevent scratches. The 1965 quarter is also a great reminder of how world events and economic factors can directly influence the coins in our pockets. What might seem like just a small piece of metal actually holds a story of change, adaptation, and history. And for collectors, it's a reminder to always keep an eye out, because treasures can be hiding in plain sight. Even today, people search through jars of change, coin rolls from banks, and old collections hoping to spot a rare 1965 era or the legendary silver variety. It's a bit like treasure hunting, and all it takes is knowledge and patience. So, next time you get a quarter, take a moment to look closely. Who knows? You might be holding a little piece of history that's worth far more than 25 cents. Thank you for watching. You were with Royal Coin Value. If you enjoyed this detailed journey into the 1965 quarter dollar, don't forget to subscribe to Royal Coin Value, like this video, share it with fellow coin lovers, and comment below if you have ever found a rare coin in your change. Until next time, keep searching and keep collecting.